Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to Fixology. I am Andrew, and we're gonna try and fix shit. Well, hopefully fix stuff. Anyway, this one's not gonna be nearly as crazy or complicated as my normal videos are. So it's not really fix, more of a just like a common knowledge thing, something that people should probably all know how to do. I have a bag of key fobs. So a lot of people aren't sure how they look on the inside or where the batteries are located for them. So I'm going to show you on a few styles. Obviously, I can't have every key fob for every vehicle possible. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of key fobs on top of the hundreds of thousands of cars that they go to. So these are just a random assortment of collections that I've gotten where, either they don't work, or I bought them cheap online, or maybe somebody's looking to get rid of them. So I just collected a bunch over the last little bit to do this quick little video to it. I think a couple of them are mine, or at least like maybe a cousin or something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through them all, the ones that I have here. If I can find more, I will do them. So this might be a multi-part playlist kind of bullshit kind of thing. I'll try to do my best on labeling which one is which. That way you don't have to just listen to my audio, because I know my voice is just so amazing sometimes, with my face for radio and all that. So, normally for these little toys, you're going to need something small with an edge. I got a little flat-headed here, which will work fine. You can use like the back end of something thin, like metallic, or if you have like a watch opener, that will do the same thing. And then we'll be able to get through most of these pretty quick. There are a couple that require a screwdriver, but we'll get to those. So, first one I got here, this is normally for like these can be like on I want to say a Ford. Ford key style ones. It's got the fob attached to it. It's a combo key, so you would just cut from the outside, and then it does have the labeling for it as well. So, these guys are real easy. In the corner, if you were to hold it up like this, the corner where the emergency button is, there's a little gap there. Insert your guy there. Twist. Yeah. Might need to work your way around. Pops right open. Boom. The battery is right here, and this is a 2032. One of the most common batteries used for these kind of things. And then even inside of this one, it actually has it labeled on here as 2032. So if you look right in there, it tells you exactly which one it is and which way to put the battery. Which on these coin batteries, if you're not sure, the fat head will always be plus. They normally have the plus on them, but if you're not sure, the smooth fat end is the plus, and then the small like ribbed side is the negative side. So, and then these ones do have a little gasket on the backside, so this little guy can sometimes pop out. No big deal, just got to put it back into place. And then all you got to do is put this in the correct way. Slap it around down. Whoops. Line it up. And press. Dunzo. All right. So that is an older style Ford key. On the next one. Again, another very similar style to the Ford one. This, I believe, is for a Chevy or GMC. They used a lot of these combo key units look very similar to each other. And they're not the keyless entry ones. So they're just, when you push the button, they unlock, lock, and cause a panic button. So with these ones, they don't have as noticeable of a gap. It doesn't have the same thing as the Ford key does. It does have a smaller one on the front side, right by the key. It's just not as big as the Ford one. But it's going to be very similar. This one's a little different of a design where the board all sits on one side and it's not covered. So you can actually remove it all. And sometimes what can happen is this plastic piece will get dirty and these parts will get all gunked up, or sometimes they have these buttons here, these little silver buttons, these are the contact points. They'll fall off of this side. So you just got to like glue them back into place. But good way to clean them up, look at them, see if anything looks obviously damaged, which this one doesn't. And then for this one, it actually has a holder on this side. So then you just go off of the side here, pop it up. This little tray is going to pop up with it. That always happens. Whoops. All I got to do is pop it out. And then on this back piece, it has one little area where it'll go, so it won't fit anywhere else. So you just got to shove it in there. Boom. Get your new battery. Pop it in the hole. Whoops. Well, make sure you pop it in the right way. Not like me. Ethereum is nice and secure, and then you're going to do the same thing you did with the other fob. You're just going to line them up all nice and pretty. Slap them together. Done. All right, next my bag of tricks. Aha! Another Chevy GMC style. Chevy GMC, same company. That's the way I say it with them. This one, these are the flip keys, and some of these do have the ability to be the keyless entry. So with the push start, you'll have to determine that by the FCC ID, which normally on these devices is located right where the spare key or the key side's in. So you'll look in here and it'll tell you model, pin, and on the top right side, come on, focus. You'll see the ID number right here. And then the FCC ID, which is right there. So that guy, that's what you need to make sure you line up. If that number matches up with the key that you have, then the programming will work and you won't have any problems. But these are, again, very easy to work with. This one, you don't even necessarily need a tool, but I just don't like hurting my fingers. Pop the key out, just make it easier. And you'll see this nice little seam here. Hold on. Pooey. Okay, where was I? Who am I? Okay, so you see that nice little seam is, and all you got to do is push up, and a little cover pops right off. This one's going to be similar to that Ford style, where it's all enclosed. So with these ones, if there are ever damage internally, you can't really work on them unless you want to just destroy the case, which is obviously a real big pain in the butt. So pop one side up. See, another 2032. Like I said, super common. Positive side up, put it back down, and then you're just going to line it up, pop it down. Done for that guy. Maybe these are all Chevy, GMC, Chevy and Ford keys. Huh, I don't know. All right, here we go. This is a older style GMC and Chevy. A couple other cars had them too. I think Pontiacs. Maybe some old... Maybe some old caddies. I don't know. But this is one that you still see around quite often. It's just the fob itself. So for those of the younger generation, before there was, where you see the keys that look kind of like this, or it's one giant piece, they used to be two pieces, this and the key. So I know it's a crazy concept. Oh, and they didn't obviously, automatically start when you get near the car or unlock or anything. Like, you got to push everything. Which this one, it looks like it's for probably a truck or a van, because it's got the double trunk and then also the remote start. But these guys, they have a little open slot next to where you would put your keychain. Insert right in here, twist, and pop it right up. So this one is just a case, so I wasn't sure. But yeah, this one's just a case. So normally there'll be a board on this side, a green or black board here. And these come in two different styles. They have the one where you would put the battery on this side and it clips into place. Or there's like a little metal tray on the board of the other side, and you would slide it into that tray position. If you have those ones with the trays, double check the trays themselves, because they can actually fall off and get loose over time. So if you notice at that place, if you notice that that's a thing, if you have a soldering iron, it's very easy. It's just a couple points that you gotta basically reheat up and apply a little more solder to hold it back into place. If you're not sure, ask somebody who has a soldering iron, ask them if they can just touch this up. I would say like 9 times out of 10, they're just be like, yeah, no problem. So what you would do, and then obviously you place the battery, whatever it is. These are going to be 2032s most of the time as well. Put them down, and then you slap them both together, and you'll get a nice tight fit once again. I wish I had another bag to put all together, but... Oh, this is my old Nissan key. So I had a 14 Sentra, and unfortunately I got in a car accident a while back, so that totaled this car out. It was a nice little car, very underwhelming. Obviously, it's a Sentra, so it's not anything fast or any sporty, but good mileage. It's comfy to ride. Took forever to warm up in the winter though, because that damn small engine. So outside of that though, I didn't have any problems. This is one of the few that have a screw. I think these and the Toyotas were the only ones that had a screw in there. There might be a couple oblong ones, but it's kind of one of those things you kind of got to find out by the seat of your pants and go from there. So just take out a screwdriver. I wouldn't recommend a super fine screwdriver, because obviously you'll strip it then. So this is just a 00, but I think just a fine point will work, just regular. Sometimes these do get a little stuck in there, so maybe a little bit of isopropylene or even a little WD-40 will go a long way. Pop that sucker out, and then there is a little gap on these guys in the front, right there. And all I'm going to do is just twist them open. You might need to go around the outside with these ones. They're kind of tight. And there we go. So this one, the board is removable as well. So if you pull this rubber up, it comes up with it. So you can take a look at the board if you need to. This one, it is a different coin cell. Smaller guy, still a 3-volt battery. Pretty much all of these are going to be 3 volts. There's going to be different size profiles. This one is a 1620. And well, it looks like the inside got wet a little bit. That's wetter dielectric grease. Either one. So obviously this is a key fob I got back in 2014, and I haven't had the car for a couple years, so I don't even know if it works, and really I don't care, but I figured, you know, if I'm doing key fobs, I get this one lying around, I'll throw it in. Same thing, fat side is positive, small side is negative, and in this case it wants you to put the positive side down, slap it in there, check if there's, sometimes they have a little hook or a little latch on the back side. Otherwise, you're just going to stick it all together. Get that screw back. And then just go hand tight. Don't need to go over crazy on it. And that is that one. Like I said, a lot of Toyota ones are similar in this regard too, where they have the one key and then you just got to pop it from the top. All right, so put that tool back. Do I have 2 of these? I do. Why do I have 2? What the fuck? I have 2 double O's. What's going on here? Did I take it out of my other kit? No, I have 3 triple. Okay, whatever. Sorry, I got distracted. Speed of the devil. Here is one of those Toyota keys. You'll notice the difference between this one and my Central one is this one's a little fatter, but also the key's different. So this is a double-sided cut key, so it just goes around the outside. These are called high security keys, and they cut either they cut along the side, they cut along the middle portion, or they'll cut directly in the middle and make a key design. That way you can cut it. It's just a little, it's harder to copy a high security than it is a double-sided. Not saying it's not impossible, because I'm sure there's people out there that can do it, but it's definitely easier to do this one than it is to do this one. But this is going to have that same thing where it's going to have, did I grab the wrong one? Yep, grab the wrong key. It's just going to have a screw. Oh yeah, that one's, and these screws, they can strip, so they're super touchy. You got to be careful about that. Do I have this thing maxed out on lighting? Oh, I didn't. That would explain why it looks so dark. Well, sorry for the first 10 to 11 minutes of this video. I apologize. Thought I had this maxed out. Anyway. These ones will have a little gap too. Just pop it right open. I mean, you can probably do all of this with your fingers, at least for the opening part. Just got to be careful. Obviously, you might break nails off of it. This one does have a little catch on the end, so make sure you put that in the correct way when you're going back. There's a fun thing about these Toyota/Honda ones that they do these quite similar to each other. This is actually your fob portion. So this has the transmitter as well as the fob stuff, so you can, you know, hit all the buttons and everything. You know, it'll work all the parts of the car. This is just the key. So technically, if you still have the key and you just have this piece and you're missing the rest of it, it'll still work. You just got to hold it up next to it when you turn the vehicle on. So this is all that it is. So, and also another benefit of this style is that if you ever, like, you know, say this, you would lose this piece, or like this breaks off or something like that, you can just buy a new case, get the key cut by somebody, and then you can transfer the guts and it'll work just fine. These are held in with little clips as well. They're on the back and front. Just got to open up one side. There we go. Bada boom. So board pops out, so you can take a look at it if you'd like. Careful though, these buttons like to move around. And coin cells on this side, same styles like the Nissan, and this one's actually another 1620. So pretty convenient, and these aren't super uncommon batteries. I don't know if you'll find them at every department store, but you know, they're around. Or you can always ask like hardware stores, stuff like that. So then what we're going to do is we're going to pop this guy on. It's going to clip into place. And with these ones, these actually have a light, so you can at least tell if they're working. I can't tell if it's transmitting correctly, but because I don't have the tester for that, but at least I know that the light coming on means that when I push the button, something's happening. Go from the bottom first. You'll hear it slide into place. Clip it down. Man, I sound a little stuffy. Now my apartment is a little chill right now, so wouldn't surprise me. All right, and then we're just gonna put this down. Again, not super tight, just hand tight. Whoop. Try not to rock the thing. And there we go. Nice in, nice and tight, good to go. All right. Put that back. All right, so here we come up to the first official keyless fob of my little bag of tricks over here. This is a GMC Chevy, so you're gonna find it on all GMC Chevy-based vehicles. This is a keyless entry key, so this will have the touch. This will have the push start. This one has remote start, but it'll unlock, lock, and do everything from there. So you just need to have it in your pocket and it'll work just fine. With these styles of keys, though, they do eat batteries a lot faster because they're always on just a little bit, like putting out a small signal. Why they do that, I don't know. But anyway, so with these ones, they don't have like a obvious place to get anything from, so you can't really do anything with them. You can't really pry it up with anything easy. So I'm gonna use just something a little thinner of an edge. I'm gonna go along the bottom here, and then I'm gonna twist. There we go. So back pops off. You just got to get something a little thinner, so maybe like a small pocket knife, or this is called an isosimo. I use that, or maybe just a thinner flathead, which I'm sure I have lying around, but I'm just being lazy right now. So these ones are gonna be a 2032. Yeah. Fat side up again. These ones aren't the ones that you can take apart either. So if there is ever anything wrong with the motherboard itself, really not much you can do at that point. You'll have to just probably buy a new key. Unless you want to rip it all apart just to look at it, then, by all means, go nuts. Just put that guy back down. This will only go in one direction. Obviously, the one with that. And actually, now looking at this one, this doesn't have a hidden key, so this actually might not be a proximity key or a keyless entry key. Because all the keyless entries have a secondary key built into them somewhere. So in case you can't get into the vehicle, or like the key stops working, something like that. So I think this might just be a fancy regular fob remote. I don't know. I'll have to, on the inside there were some ID numbers. Maybe I'll have to look it up and just double check. But anyways, that's for that Chevy GMC. Oh, that's another one. All right, another one of Chevys. And here we have a Hyundai key. Hyundais are weird. They can have a transponder, non-transponder, push start, keyless, proximity. They can have every style of key fob, and it's just, I don't know why. Hyundai likes to do stuff like that for whatever reason. On the plus side, this style is really easy to get to the key. So it opens up like that GMC one. Got a nice little opening. You got a little corner in here where you can see right there. All you got to do, actually, you don't even need that. All you do is pull up. Ow! And it's right there. And then if you got good enough nails, you can pop it out. Otherwise, I don't have good enough nails because I stopped biting them, but I cut them recently. So there you go. Again, fused unit. So if you want to rip it all apart, you can look at the insides, but then you're probably not going to be able to get it back together. So fat side up, slide it in. And then the cover, which actually this one has a nice gasket, so hopefully prevents moisture buildup. But, if this thing goes through the washer or falls in a lake, it's done. Don't even, just get a new one. Don't bother trying to fight it. And then that's it for that guy. And we got one more. All right. This is a Ford key, aftermarket Ford, just because there's no Ford logo on it. So only the OEMs are going to have the labels on them. Anything that doesn't have a label, it's not going to have. It's going to be an aftermarket. It could be OEM equivalent or possibly refurbished, but if you don't get them directly from an OEM dealer, they're not going to have any of the labels on them ever. Like this one, the Toyota Honda one, no label. Chevy GMC, no label. I don't think any of these have a label on. Oh, my Nissan key do. That's because it's original. This is a Hyundai one. So this is an original one. It might not be the original one for the vehicle like that it came with, but it is an original replacement from Hyundai or whoever the hell makes their parts. Anyway, These ones have that same potential where it might be a keyless entry or you actually need the twist key to go in. Very notorious for these Ford ones. Instead of like making this piece one, like this key blade one piece, they have just they clamp it together instead of like welding it. So like this can get loose over time and just pop off. Which if that goes, like if it is a twist style key, you're screwed. You can't get anything going. But these do come in cases, I think. So I think you can buy new bodies for them. They're just a little more expensive. All right. So with these ones, if I remember correctly, it opens just like the Fords, which I just might need something. I just might need a little more. Sorry, like the Chevy one. I just need something with a little more nails on it because I don't have any. God damn it. Why do you guys always gotta be... Yeah, there's a little lip on the bottom here, so if you just get in there. There we go. Work your weight down. It should pop right off. Oh, fuck. Ow. I'd say this is one of the few cases where having the proper tool would make it a lot easier. And then these just got a really strong grip on them. So again, another 2032, fully encased unit. I know there's a screw up here, but I think that's just to hold the key in place because the whole body I don't think comes apart. Well, it might. I don't know. Never actually taken one of these apart. I don't know. Maybe maybe that could be another video where we just see if any of these are easy to tear apart or if I have to like break them out with a sledgehammer, which I guess still opens them. They're just not gonna be as pretty. Again, another 2032, face up, and then line it up, and you're all set. So, a little different of a video, so hope you guys liked it. If you didn't, like, dislike, leave a comment down. Really, any interaction, like pretty much you see anybody else who's trying or is doing this stuff, it does help because the whatever algorithm or the programming is weird on this on YouTube. So if you interact, great. If you don't, oh well, that's okay. It's what it is. Hopefully you guys are having a great start to your new year. I got a couple more things on the docket, and I'm trying to find some other things to fix. But I know definitely in the spring, if everything goes according to plan, I'm going to have to hold off on doing, well, I haven't been doing it very consistently anyways, but I'm going to have to hold off for probably about a month and a half while I'm doing house hunting right now. I'm hoping to move in the spring, if not sooner. So once that happens, I will probably take like a month and a half just to get the new house all settled and stuff like that. So you might not see me for a little bit. I'll try to leave updates, but it's just because I got a new house and I'll be a happy homeowner. And then that means this whole setup will be different. You won't have a shaky desk. I'll probably still doing it off my camera for a little bit because a good camera that's like fits on these things and does what I want it to do is like $500. Unless there's something out there I don't know about, which, totally possible. When it comes to cameras, I'm super illiterate because I don't take photographs. I don't videotape shit. I'm not a social guru. I'm not an influencer or anything like that. So I have no need really for that. The only thing I need is something that has good crisp picture. If it can magnify if I can run it off a computer and magnify, that would be great. But otherwise I can just do that in editing. But I'm blathering. So sorry to keep you guys. Again, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.